going on, everybody? Happy New Year 2026. You're here with the Triple Threat Vet Podcast. My name is Ty. Glad you could show up. Appreciate y'all watching on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. What's up, chat? We'll get up to you in a minute. Appreciate everybody coming out. Let's get with Matt Johnson, see what he's got going on in his New Year's. Actually, before I do that, let me go ahead and do this real quick. Let's see. Who's up here? We want to make sure that we talk about Eric Knowles. He came on last week. He's going to be at the Punchline here in Houston on January 16th. We'll be at that show, so looking forward to him. And you may know he opened a new daycare recently, so Eric Knowles will be at the Punchline in Houston. We'll be sure and see that show. I think we finished up the shirts for sale. I'll let Matt get to who is the winner of that, but we will be donating some money to one of these three charities: Camp Hope, PTSD, Foundation of America, the Texas Veterans Athletic Association, and the Project Zero Alliance. We want to thank our guest from last week, Jason Bobo, a friend of mine from the Military Police Corps and Fort Campbell. Great stories. Before I turn you over to the team chief, be sure and like, subscribe. What's up, Mayor? I see in the chat there. Be sure and like and subscribe and share this, because we talk about stuff that veterans want to talk about. This week, a buddy of mine, I call him the Don because he just knows everything about everything that's going on in the great state of Tomball, Texas. Don Tom Clarke. He's in the Texas gold business. He's from Tomball here. Got a lot of history, a lot of family. Great dude. He is also in the barbecue world. As some of you know, I do a show on Wednesday called the So Smoke and Gooder Show, where we talk about all things barbecue. Well, he's going to talk about his love for that game and how it kind of brought him close to the VFW and other veterans. And he's got a history of military service in his family too. But be sure to like, subscribe, follow, and let's get you over to Matt Johnson real quick.
Happy New Year. Do you know that I had a whole bunch of people text me Happy New Year, and Apple, I would just like for you to not make your iPhone shoot fireworks every time someone puts Happy New Year in a text message to me. Holy shit. Every time I opened the phone, my phone was literally blowing up. Anyway, Happy New Year 2026. Glad that you all could join us. And we're excited for a new year, new run of shows, and, taking this thing further and further as we go. Ty, if you want to come back up. So wanted to see, how everything was going for you. We haven't talked in a bit. We had Christmas, we had New Year's. Tell you what, very interesting thing happened to me while I was out and about and away for the holiday. Went to New Orleans, and my daughter, working at the VA in Orlando, she had a patient that was a wave from World War II. Unfortunately, this lady passed away, but the lady had told my daughter, and just in all the time that they were talking and they were around, that one thing she wanted to do was go see the National World War II Museum in New Orleans. So we went there, right? So I'm walking around the museum. It's amazing, by the way. If anybody's ever has an opportunity to go to this thing and walk through it and see it, number one, you can't do it all in a day. I mean, you can walk through it in a day, but you're not going to get the full effect if you really want to take your time, look at it, see it, observe it, watch the movies, hear the history. Like, it takes a long time. Anyway, so I'm walking through, and we're in a building. I'm standing in front of an exhibit for the Seabees, by the way, reveling at the fact that they gave Seabees beer chits back in World War II to say, hey, you want a beer? Go get a beer. And I'm standing there, and I look to my left, and I'm like, holy shit. Stephen Beale, what are you doing in New Orleans? So I'm in the D-Day Museum, walking around, and I run into no other than Steve Beale from Tomball, VFW, Post 240, like, just out of the blue. He was like, what are you doing here? I'm like, well, we're from here. What are you doing here? So congrats to your daughter for making it into the medical program at LSU, to be able to study further there in New Orleans. And just, I was like, man, that's ironic, man. I'm standing there, and then all of a sudden, it's like everything that happens. They were like, you know that guy? I'm like, yeah, we know that guy. You know what I mean? It's just like, it was just weird. And it just shows you how small the world is, even though we think it's big. I just thought it was funny. I'd tell you that time I ran into old Beale just walking around the world.
It's funny how you talk about that, though, but like, Stephen Beale has been a mentor for a lot of years to a lot of people that have gotten out of the military and in the big city of Houston, and he's a state officer for the VFW, very involved in all aspects. So, and then I know that his child was going to LSU. I think he had told me about it, but that's funny that you meet up. But like people with big ideas like that, you just see them everywhere because they're doing cool shit, and you're doing cool shit all the time as well.
Yeah. It was just we were both there for different. Obviously, our family is there, and that's why we were there. But he was there, for his daughter. Like she was getting settled in there, and he was just like, yeah, I just figured I had a dad come hang out and see what it is. And we were both like, yeah, there's a lot here, dude. There's a lot. Yeah. But it's amazing. I remember we walked in there and Cole came up to me and was like, oh, I remember this room, which is where you get your tickets. So where you get your tickets, we did a warrant officer commissioning there while I was in the Navy. And Cole and Becky came to watch it because it was at the time it was called the D-Day Museum. It wasn't yet named World War II Museum. So they came in and Cole's like, yeah, I remember standing here and seeing that train, and everybody was like, if you go in that dark hallway, you'll never come back. So I didn't go in there. Because everybody was like, don't go in there, like you get lost. But he was like, I remember standing in here. But it was cool, man. That place is amazing. If you really want to know what it was like to serve your country and step up, dude, that place is. And it's crazy because it really tells you kind of all sides of it, right? You get to see everything in there. They don't just talk about all the stuff we did. You get to learn about stuff that was going on other places too. So it was a good experience.
Yeah, I love showing when we drive back from Florida, we would always stop at the USS Alabama and take Tatum through there from the time he was a kid until now. And then, Al enticing him with the Blue Angels. And I love that when the kids learn what our country, what it did, the actual history of our country, the mistakes we made and the wonderful innovations that we've made as well. Yeah. And, I love that now, we talk about, you seeing Stephen Bill, and he's somebody in my life, at least with the post-military life. I never served with him, but like he's been a mentor. But now it's getting to the point to where our kids have great ideas. So being with my kids, it's hard to get them all together. But when you get all my kids together, like over Christmas and New Year's, and all the 6 different personalities that they have, and the outlandish shit that they say now, I'm to the point now where I'm just like, yeah, I think we're going to be all right. I mean, my kids amaze me all the time. They frustrate the fuck out of me, but I try to look at it from a perspective of at least they've got a crazy amount of ideas. So,
oh yeah, for sure. The other coolest part about being there is there was actually at the museum that was sitting at a table, so you could sit with him, talk with him, and he told you about his time there. He was in the Navy. He was on transport ships, and like he was showing photos from the war. And he was like, yeah, the boat in the background is mine, because I don't remember which general he said this general's stuff was on that one. So they were taking pictures of all of his stuff. And since our boat was in the background, everybody got photos from it. So like, it was just cool, talking to him. And even today from World War II, that dude knew the parameters of the ship, the length, what the fore and the aft end sunk into when it was underway, when they ballasted, what it came up to. He knew everything about that boat still today. Like he just like went through it. It was super cool to meet him and talk with him. And I got his information where you can read more about him, and got to take a picture with him. And it was super cool, man. It was cool to meet one of those guys, and it was cool to see all. I mean, he had a line, right? He was at Comic-Con, dude. Like he was the main attraction, because they're like, it sucks to say sometimes, but if you ever meet one of those guys from that greatest generation from World War II, and you ever see that, like, talk to them, like we're almost to a point where, that's all lost, man. If you ever have an opportunity, I would highly encourage you, just sit there for 10 minutes and just hear a story. Let them tell you something. They're not going to tell you anything bad. They'll just tell you what it was like, It was kind of cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. Stephen Bill knows a lot of that history. So it's fun just to hear him wax poetic about some of the things that he's seen. But
yep.
Anyway, like, yeah, so it's been an eventful. So you had a good Christmas. You had a good New Year's.
Yeah, it was cool, man. It was cool. Hung out in New Orleans, came back here. I didn't do anything last night. Just sat around and watched the TV. So,
yeah. What'd you think about some of the games going on? I know we'll get into sports in a minute, but
I wish we were still in the regular season when it comes to picks. That's what I'll tell you. You know.
Well,
Sorry,
anyway,
no, it's crazy right now. And Bob, just so you know, Al's not sleeping on the couch. He's out with the family eating ice cream or some shit. It's like New Year's Day. They eat ice cream in Pensacola or something. I don't know. He's got family in town, so he's doing the
doing
family
Florida
thing.
shit.
Yeah, flip flops and board shorts. That's what he's doing.
Exactly, Florida. But anyway, I want to make sure that we talk to our guest here. Tom Clarke's a guy that he's really meant a lot to me. I met him in 2017 after I'd gotten out of the military from a pretty high up tempo deploying and coming back again. This is why it's always fun to talk to Matt, because some of the pageantry and heraldry and legacy that they've talked about in their leadership was not the leadership that I had really come to know in the military. So my transition as far as like how to act was, kind of crazy sometimes. I still had that temper of being active duty. So this guy helped me a lot, and he does a lot for his community. He's involved in a lot of things for extracurricular. They're family oriented events to keep all his family together. His son cooks as well. But without further ado, let's bring up Tom Clarke, the Don of Tomball. What's going on, brother?
What's happening, brother?
That's
a good damn intro. I don't know how to follow that because that's all bullshit. You know that.
It's all bullshit.
Well, I was just going to ask you, what's it feel like to be a Don? I'm just asking. I don't know. I wish I knew.
I don't know either. Ty came up with that nickname years and years and years ago, and him and Dave, I guess, got together and started calling me that. I'm like, I don't know.
Well, there's just certain people that you call if you need something. And, I put on the show clip, the thumbnail was like Texas go-to guy. Like he knows, we'll get into this, I'm sure, but he knows so much about the oil industry. He knows about the history of what we did. And you look at him and he's a roughneck. He's been in the oil industry his whole life. He's a hard ass motherfucker. But, I know the other side of him. I know that he loved sports, when he was younger. I know he was very athletic, so there's so many layers to Tom that nobody knows. And I think it's hilarious that, I know so much about him and I think he's a great guy, but, we're going to find some of that out tonight. Yeah. Cody Gill, the one and only Mr. Tom.
Yeah. Mr. Cody
Clarke. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm just excited to hear your voice, to hear your story, man. It's fun.
I don't
you have a fan. She needs your number. She thinks you're
I got a fan. It looks like, huh? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not one about talking about myself. So this is even, I do 5 million podcasts a week, and I'm on number one show in the whole country. So I got to get ready for it, and just out of all those podcasts I've done over a lifetime, this is the best one ever.
There you go. I love it. That's great.
All right, take it away, Senior Chief.
Yeah, I was going to say, Tom, we one thing we're known for here is we, call it what it is. We don't prepare. Ty prepared. Let me rephrase that. Ty prepares. Thank God we have Ty, otherwise we'd never be ready. But when it comes to talking to everyone we bring on, we really truly don't prepare and want to give anybody questions or things that we want to ask them and talk about, because really what we're trying to do is get to know more about you. And the one thing I know about you is that you are a genuine gentleman. Anytime I've ever needed help, even from the first day I met you, like it was like walking into a new unit, into a new ship, into a new duty station, because it was like, hey, what can I do for you? Where can I help? And I really appreciated that. And I still do today. It's just amazing to see you do all the things that you do. So what we would like to do is just kind of give everybody just an introduction to you. Tell us a little bit about where you grew up and what it was like for you, childhood. Like, what kind of crazy shit did you get into? What kind of things was it that you were interested in, and kind of take us through what growing up was like for you?
Man, well, I grew up in Houston, Texas, and Tomball, Texas, and grew up. I don't know. I didn't know any other life, so it was a normal life for me. But just grew up as a kid with a single mom and grandma, and y'all both know grandma. She's a badass motherfucker. That's all I can say. She's still 75 years old and whoop all our asses together. Grew grew up poor and had to work for everything and strive for everything and just had that work ethic instilled in us and try to still it my kids and now my grandkids and just grew up only life we know and I don't know, just normal for me.
Yeah, so normal for you, but like what kind of things, growing up, you said single mom, single, household there. You grew up in the country, I'm assuming.
Well, I wouldn't really say the country for what that is, but did we grow up in an area where you could call it country now? No, but back then, yes.
Yeah, that's so that's what I mean. Where you grew up, it was the country. Because I remember when I moved to Texas, we moved into Katy. Everybody was like, "If you would have seen this place 10 years ago, it was nothing but a field." And I'm like, "Well, I don't know. It's not a field now. I mean, it must have been nice, I guess. I don't know." They went through it. So, like for you growing up and going through that, like talk about the change you've seen just in our little area of Texas, right? Houston's a big city. However, it hasn't, and I don't know, you tell me, you've been here your entire life. The growth of it, though, has been extreme in the last 10 years. A lot of stuff has changed. So walk us through what it was like growing up and how you saw things change in our area.
Well, growing up in this area, I can remember Alice Road or, the VFW Road or the road in front of my house being, it was that red dirt iron ore kind of, they weren't paved roads yet, and growing up out here, my mom lived in Spring and we'd come out here, visit my aunt and uncle and, just, it took hours and hours to get out here. So nowadays with the bypasses and the Walmarts and the big box stores and HEBs and everything, it's pretty much everything's changed from the way it used to be. I can remember as a kid, we'd ride the four-wheelers through I think Ty's neighborhood. We used to ride four-wheelers, dirt bikes. We'd go hunting in the back, old Exxon plant over here, Humble on gas plant. We'd go hunting in all those places. And man, now everything's grown up and you can't be a 13-year-old kid walking around hunting and drinking beer.
Yeah,
that's the way it was.
It would be frowned upon, I guess.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's how I grew up in Corbin, Kentucky. I grew up where I could sip, a little beer here and there. I was going on four-wheelers all day. So I think this is part of the reason why Tom and I kind of mind melded so quickly, is because we were kind of brought up the same way with the same values. Like he's the hardest working man I know. And I know he's humble as hell about it, but it's funny because he talks about the Walmarts and all this kind of stuff. And he'll probably say at some point during the show, the WWW, he don't mess with the technology, but like he knows, this is why I call him the Don. He knows about all that shit and he's lived it. He's experienced it. And he's just got such a cool way to relay things to people. I think that's why I call him the Don. The way you can relay things to people just makes them understand.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a presence too, that's the thing that I noticed, the first time, Tom, that I met you at the VFW, is just the presence of it. Is I did notice a lot of people were coming to you and asking just questions, right? Like how to do this, how to do that, where to go. And you were directing things. And I was like, man. And I remember asking Ty, I'm like, who's that? And he's like, oh, that's Tom. He's cool. You should go talk to him. And I'm like, man, he looks real busy. He goes, yeah, he's busy. And then I was just like, whew. And then when I met you were like, yeah, anything you need, anything you want, we'll take care of it. And I was like, dude, this is awesome. It feels like you're back in the military again. If you need something to ask, we'll help get it for you and all of that stuff. And so it was just a good experience going to the VFW and seeing you around through that. But as you got older and as you came out of, schooling and going in, like what kind of things have you done for a career? What's your industry? I know Ty had alluded to oil industry. Is that what you've always done? Did you do something before that? Like what's your career been like for you?
Well, yeah, I started in the oil field in 97. Just started welding up skids and building compressor skids and did that starting in '97 and just been in the oil field ever since. We're more of the gas patch side, but it's still the same oil field. We do gas compression and been with several different companies and had a lot of opportunities to grow and worked international, worked offshore, worked in California, worked
Was that
everywhere.
your favorite place to work, California?
Man, that place was fucked up, bro.
Say it again, Tom.
I said that place was fucked up. That's the first time I ever seen people wear pink and teal hard hats in the oil field.
Okay, so I got to know, why were they wearing pink and teal hard hats in the oil field?
Fuck, I don't know. I didn't go ask them. I stayed as far away from that shit as I could.
Do you think it was going to rub off or what?
Shit, yeah. It's kind of like if you're in the oil field, you see some worm wearing a green fucking hard hat, and you go over there, just to stay away from them because probably something's gonna happen and shit's gonna get fucked up.
Right, exactly.
So that's just the way it goes. I don't know.
Nice. So go into that. Tell us what were your experiences like wearing that green hard hat though? Because you being an experienced guy, right? You're like, don't go by that, dude.
Yeah,
what was it like for you doing that?
Yeah, they didn't make us wear green hard hats back then. We kind of grew up old school oil field, and yeah, it was totally different back then. That was back when you could drink beer on location, and you didn't even wear hard hats. To be honest with you, people didn't start wearing hard hats probably till 10 years ago.
Oh, nice.
And
yeah,
you still go to some of these locations, and there'll be operators out there, pumpers or gaugers, whatever, and they're not gonna. I mean, hard hats really didn't come around until here lately.
So tell me, hard hat wise, you think those guys are like? I mean, what's this plastic hard hat going to do if this heavy drill steel hits me in the head? I mean, honestly, right? I mean,
yeah, it ain't going to do shit. It's just more of a nuisance.
It makes you feel safe, though, dude.
No, it's just more of a pain in the ass. It gets in the way of every fucking thing you're doing. It's like, what the fuck? Get this shit out of here. And then that company man to come by, hey, get your hard hat on. You need to have that shit on. Like, what the fuck? Come on. It is what it is. One of those things we got to do nowadays to make everybody happy.
So Jen wants us to back up real quick. I know I touched on it a little bit because I know about your soccer side, but tell us about you growing up playing soccer a little bit. I know we got already into your profession, but back up. Tell us about a little bit of how far you went in playing soccer.
I am
interested. Played soccer my whole life, all the way up till probably 17. Played what we call select ball. We called it just normal. Select ball was I guess what they call it now, where your parents pay for you to play better sports or play with a better group. And so my mom always come up with some kind of money to put me in select ball and play. It was pretty awesome, the adventures I had, and going all the way to Germany and playing for the Texans and all the good big teams I played for. I played for quite a few.
Oh, nice. What position?
He has such a hard time talking about himself, man.
What position?
I'm probably fucking everything up, but I don't care. I'm doing this for you, Ty. I love you, brother.
I love you too, man.
What position did you play?
Stopper, sweeper.
Oh, my man. You kept the ball out the net. The goalie was your best friend, right?
Well, I don't know that I kept the ball out the net. I just love tackling people and fucking breaking their legs.
Yeah, exactly. That's where I was at.
So
I played sweeper. I learned to play soccer in Germany, and I played sweeper there. And but everybody plays offense. That was the best because you would sometimes, tell me if you did this, Tom, you would kind of let the guy get behind you to make him think that he was good to go, and then you would just chase him down and then just take his legs out from him, kicking the ball and watch him flip around as you slide tackle it out, right?
Oh, hell yeah. That was the fun part.
There you go. And so you traveled all over. So you were playing for a select team out of Texas traveling?
Yeah.
Okay, so I got to know. Okay. A select team from Texas, how do they go, we're going to travel and go all over? Because when you played soccer and I played soccer back in the day, soccer is not a big game in the United States. So how did you get involved with a team in Texas that's like, we're going to travel internationally and go play?
Well, that was in high school. So our high school coach, uh, shit, Greg, damn, I can't even think of his name now. Greg something, but he was the one that had set all that up, and he had some badass players come through their program and go through that. And so we went over there and played for Hanover 96.
Oh, nice. So he had connections over there. And where did you go
Yeah,
play?
Hanover 96
Nice. I like it.
for Hamburg. Yeah,
That's awesome.
it was fun.
It's funny. I bet there's you can count on one hand the amount of people that have seen Tom Clarke out of his normal work clothes or his cowboy boots. Like nobody ever sees him wear tennis shoes for sure. I've seen him wear tennis shoes. Nobody sees him wear his Hey Dudes or his Crocs or any of that. I've seen that. I've seen him in athletic shorts, man. He looks like a regular dude, but when he puts on his outfit, like you're right, there's just a presence about him, especially when work's involved. Ain't nobody out working Tom Clarke. Go ahead.
Well, it's work or something needing to be done, right? So Tom, I'll tell you what, Ty and I had a conversation one time, and we were talking about like doing our podcast. We were talking about just different things, right? And even though we're old ass dudes, we still like to think about things in the way you would or wouldn't want to do them. And he's like, if we were to do this podcast in the way that we do it, how would you envision yourself with the podcast a little bit, right? So I went all the way through, and I was like, I want it to be where us doing this podcast, the stories we tell about veterans and the help that we give other people, when we walk into a place that has a lot of veterans at it, I want people to go, those are the fucking guys you need to go talk to, right? And so that's like exactly what I saw when I saw you the first few times at VFW. It was boom, 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 boom. Like you needed an appointment to talk to Tom at the VFW, 100%. Needed an appointment. But that's what I like to see there. But here's the thing, though. I know why that is, though, right? Because you have 3% of the people that do 95% of the work and 5% of the people that do 100% of the other stuff. We'll say. And so, yeah, but you find very few people that are motivated to get it done. And so I know the history behind it, but if you want to enlighten our audience, Tom, what got you into going to VFWs, helping veterans? Like, what is your connection to that?
Well, my brother, my uncle, grandparents, everybody was in the military, and just started going to the Tomball VFW as a kid for the dances, or go with my Aunt Jackie for bingo, or go with them up there all the time for a cook-off or whatever it was. And I was always around the VFW. And I don't know, I guess coming up in the 20s, I just started helping out around there, mowing grass or fixing stuff or doing whatever I could. So for the longest time, I just went up there and helped whatever they needed. It didn't really matter if they needed help. I was there trying to help. And that's what I started doing, and just been still doing that to this day. And went up there and seen Fred the other day to help out, fixing the kegs at the bar, and just whatever I could do to help. I try to stay as much part of that place as I can.
Yeah. And so, what's the for you, especially helping at VFW? I know that you help a lot of veterans in the things that you're doing now. What do you see as the and I don't really know how to phrase it or how to come out, but there's only one to ask it. What do you think the biggest benefit is for the veterans for a lot of the things that you're doing to help them out with? Not saying that you're the one making it better all the time, but like through all of these things that you're helping with, what do you see as I guess you call it therapeutic or benefit to the veterans that they get out of all the things you see them around and all these events you're helping with and volunteering at? And it's not, just one thing, but the many things that you're involved in.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good fucking question. I mean, one of the things you got to think about is, as far as veterans and as much as they served for us and did for us, the least I can do is go up there and help out, whether it be a cook-off or whether it be teaching someone to cook barbecue or teaching them how to be in the oil field or teaching them how to do anything. I mean, working on a generator to, fixing a car. I just try to, I don't know how to say it, like not trying to pay back, but in a sense, man, just help out wherever I can to make their lives better.
Yeah. Support system, right? Like at the end of the day, as veterans, and this is what I said when I first met you over there. I would have thought that you would also been in and done all those things, but it made sense learning the history of you being around the VFW for so much time. You grew up seeing community service through, stewardship with veterans. That's what the VFW is all about. And there's that support system you have when you're in, and then when you get out, you kind of lose that. So you being able to be a part of that support system and being someone that people can rely on is huge in the veteran game, right? When you get out, it's weird that we just don't see that that's there, but then you meet people that you can rely on, like they can rely on you, and it's huge. So I just want to thank you for doing all that, because it means a lot to a lot of people. And like Ty's already alluded to today, I know that you don't look at it that way, because for you it's who you are, but what you do means so much to so many people. And so I just I think you should know that it's an amazing thing.
Yeah, at least from my perspective, you all the things that you're talking about, like he's a Renaissance man. He knows how to fix, like he just said, he was helping fix the beer stuff the other day. He can help with the electric of the business. He can help with, I think they had all kinds of problem with the sewage system, the water system, building the stage, getting everything cut. He can handle all the business there is. But the other thing is, and the reason why everybody loves him, that works for him, works with him, or he's in the game with a barbecue, is he'll bend over backwards to help you. And for me, he's such a good friend to me, is like, he knows where the bodies are buried and he'll help me bury them, kind of thing, So that's we share such a bond, and like you
that's where the Don comes in.
Yeah, you that's why I say it. Like,
I don't know shit what you're talking about. I know nothing, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. See what I'm saying? Like,
no sabe de inglés, señor.
Yeah, exactly.
I know nothing. I am merely the messenger.
But that's the kind of friend that he is, and that makes you feel exactly like you felt when you were in the military.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, and that's always been important to me, and that's one of those things that even when we were in Tennessee and, your brother Jason Bobo showed up, and hell, man, anything he needed, or we were good, with whatever, and he showed up and helped out and had a great time. And that's just one of those things. It's like, man, it's the way it's supposed to be sometimes, not the other way around. And hell, you can't find that in this world anymore. And especially, these days it's harder to find. So that's why my circle's really small. But it's like, y'all, I love y'all to death and shit. Whatever we got to do, you let me know where we're going and when.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, Mr. Jason Bobo's in, and he says to you there, Mr. Todd, you had the best dessert that he got to try at that barbecue contest.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, when
Jack.
After the thing.
Oh, at the Jack. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he came back to the trailer afterwards, and we tried.
That's right.
We tried to load him up, but he couldn't take anymore. Like that, it was an amazing, but it was a lot. There was a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was a lot.
So
but that was awesome.
That can help take us into a good segue for you, Tom, into you are a very established and very respected pitmaster in the Texas barbecue scene. So I'm curious to know what made you want to get into that as something that you did, and kind of take us through your journey of how did it get on your radar? What did you do to get into it? And then kind of walk us through like a progression of how it's been for you in competition barbecue cooking.
Yeah, I mean, back in the 80s, my uncle had Logan's Barbecue and did barbecue and sold barbecue and did cook-offs, and we always built barbecue pits. And I built I think my first barbecue pit I built in '94, somewhere in there. Used to just have fun building them and cooking, and kind of started getting into the competition, cook-off scene, somewhere around 2012, doing sanctioned cook-offs had done other cook-offs before that. The Muellers, stuff that wasn't sanctioned, but started really getting heavy into cook-offs, 2015, 2016. And man, I was up to doing 40, 50 cook-offs a year, and just loved the aspect of barbecue, and loved the aspect of doing cook-offs and building pits, and pass that all the way down generation to generation. And now I got a granddaughter who's 2 and trying to put her in the cook-off. So, that's one of the things where just for me, it's I don't know. I'm not going to be here forever, so somebody else has got to do it, and let that be known. When you got a 4th and 5th generation cook out there cooking, it's pretty badass. And just to be around it my whole life is something, we just, I'd say, take for granted. But man, when you said, "Hey, cook a brisket," we throw a brisket on the pit and cook it.
Yeah. Let's see. We have a comment here for you. Second place. Sorry, my eyes are bad nowadays. I got a second place pork.
180 pork ribbon back there from the American Royal. So
Oh
yeah, we're gonna get into some of your favorite.
100%. Now, what's your tie into? And I know that that you've done a little bit of this, but at what point, from you being around barbecue your whole life, you were helping your family with it, you started to compete into it. I know that you've helped a lot of veterans in this space for competition barbecue. How did that get introduced to you, and kind of like what's your process for doing that? And I already know the answer is like, if you need help, I'm going to help you. It's like for anybody that doesn't understand, that's the easiest answer. If you walk up to Tom Clarke and go, "I want to learn how to cook this," he's going to go, "You got time right now? Let's go do it." I know that's how it works, but walk us into like, how did you fall into that? Because I know you did a lot for a lot of guys, especially there up at the post when you guys would do those competition cooks and helping guys understand how it works. And there's I've seen you do this. There's a huge science to this that, like, geez, man, like I'm not that much of a mad scientist. I can click some buttons on a computer, but there's a lot that goes into that. So walk us into like, how did you get into helping veterans with it, and what was your, like the journey for that, if you don't mind?
Yeah, just started helping out with the VFW cook-offs and the auxiliary cook-offs up there that they were doing, and kind of helping out, trying to grow those cook-offs and get those cook-offs bigger. And Dave Holloway kind of wanted to start really learning how to competition cook because he got tired of having his ass beat every weekend. So, it was one of those deals, fucking at the bar. And Dave was a badass Marine and wanted some help, and started helping Dave and teaching Dave, and the kind of the team there. It was Uhas and Ty and Cinda and everybody. And there you go.
Yeah.
Damn. Hey, that's new. I hadn't seen that shit. Bring that back up.
Yeah, that's Matt Keene did this one. This is I don't even know if he's released it yet, but I'll show it to you and the
Oh, hell yeah.
So Matt Keene actually did this design, and this is what he wants to do whenever we rebuild the Tomball VFW. But we'll get back to that.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I'm about to say I hadn't seen that. That's badass. But yeah, we did the Tomball VFW team. I think we even did Tomball VFW 1 and Tomball VFW 2, and did a lot of competition cooks and took everybody out, and man, just cooked and cooked and cooked, and it was pretty badass. I know probably 3 or 4 cooks from there still cook, and it was pretty important to me, and never charged nobody, never tried to take any kind of payment or anything like that. I just wanted to take members from a post and teach them how to competition cook, and the therapy and the people and getting out there and doing it seemed to really help a lot.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I mean, it's a culture of people that when you can get some guys around something where, and Ty talks about this a lot, the preparation to get ready for a competition cook, all of the pre-planning, the mission planning you got to do for it, all the op orders that come in when it comes to like, what meats are you cooking? How are we going to season them? How are we going to prepare? Like all these things, there is a straight warning order to that. So I feel like you're taking a whole bunch of guys that miss that part of their life where it's like, I need this structure and I need to be able to do these things in this order. And I need to be able to go, this is exactly how you do this. This is how I'm going to do it. And I don't deviate it from it. It puts people back into that space where it's like, okay, I've got this purpose of like, this mission's going down. I'm going to do this. And I think that's what they took to is like, I've seen you do all, you've walked me through a couple of things and a couple of the spaces we've been with you, and watching you go through that. You have a process. It's like a tech manual of how you do your thing. Like you could probably recite it to us, but somebody could probably write that in a book. And if somebody followed that, they'd be close, but then there's still that feel that comes in with it, right? When it comes to cooking barbecue and stuff. But like you gave them that layout of things. And I've met so many veterans that are like, everybody knows who you are. If you need help, they come ask you and you're always there to do it. And so it's like, it's true what you said, just giving back. I want to be able to be, I feel like they want to be a part of what you're doing. You want to be a part of what they're doing. It just meshes. You know what I mean? It's a good time for all.
Yeah, here's from Jason Bobo, days of prep, days of practice, then the load of supplies, buying the right meats and food. The cook-off is almost the downtime. Yeah, that's for sure. There's a lot that goes into it. And then the anxiety too, but yeah. Shout out to the Mullers. Like I talk about on the show, Tom, like how kind of between having this podcast, having friends like you, having friends like Al, in order for me, like you guys know me, to be able to get out all the shit I need to get out. But the Mueller's barbecue, that really helped the Tomball VFW. And I really hope that at some point that veteran community centers that we've come up with here with the TTV Live Foundation, I really hope that we can, rebuild some of these things, because all the things I've learned from cooking, all the network that you've helped me set up with, either the rescue for PTSD with the dogs. We've been doing Project Zero things for a lot of times. We had the point therapy. We have that stage for concerts. We have a hookup with the Chamber of Commerce. I mean, if anybody's a project manager or a contractor to get this shit done, Tom's our guy to get the veteran community centers built for all the different places. So,
he's Kevin Bacon, bro.
He is. That's why we love him. So let's talk about your actual team. We know how you help everybody. We know how you kind of got into it, and I love that your grandbaby is going to get into cooking and have that next generation follow through. That's amazing. And we've not even said this yet. Logan Clarke, badass cook with I can't remember his team name right now. On Call Cookers. Yeah, like this dude's the same as sorry, I got you muted, Tom. Same as his dad. The work he talks about, passing down the work ethic. His son is the hardest working. When I met him, like teenager I'd ever met in my life, and now he's in his 20s and having babies, and he's an amazing Texas gentleman as well. So shout out, Logan.
I say it's hard to be a 50-year-old man in the oil field working 18-hour days trying to keep up with them 20-year-olds, but hey, it's what we got to do.
Yeah.
Damn right. So yeah, let's talk about your team and some of the things your team's done. Why did you get a team called JC's Good Old Boys Competition Barbecue Team? Why did you start that?
Well, the team started because of Caveman back in the day. Caveman wanted to, we had helped a couple times at the Muellers, and Caveman and Rusty, I think, they wanted a team that would compete at the Muellers and put a team together. So kind of came up with a name. My uncle, JC Logan, he always used to call us the Good Old Boys, and was trying to come up with a team name. And Joey and everybody like that, Caveman's like, man, want to do something that reminds me of my uncle or that legacy, and kind of said, hey, why don't we do JC's Good Old Boys, and kind of flew from there. And it's named after my uncle, and kind of barbecue after my uncle, and still do everything old school way, and try to keep those what do you call them,
traditions,
that history or the way of cooking that style, keeping that shit alive. And where we got to build our own barbecue pits, and you got to build your own shit so you know how it works, and building your own trailers and fabricating all your own fire boxes and pits and drums or whatever it might be. We just try to keep that side of it still alive. There's very few people out there that still cook that build their own fucking pit, right? And actually know every weld or know what's not welded or what has been welded or what's seam welded or what's powder coated or any of that shit. And it's just kind of one of those things that's always been important to us and my family, and try to pass that down to Logan and make sure, hey, you know how your shit works before you use a motherfucking thing.
So I'm not a barbecue guy. I don't make my own pits and all that. So I heard you say a couple things there where it's welded, where it's powder coated, how it's put together. All of that stuff, where the welds are, how it's powder coated, does that affect how it works and how it cooks? I know that's probably a stupid question, but for me, I don't know that. Like where the welds are set, how it's made, all that matters in how the equipment performs.
Yeah, I mean, everything if you build an offset stick burner, knowing how much, wood's going in your firebox, if it's insulated, or if you got baffles in your pit, or you got you always you're controlling, the temperature of your barbecue pit, and to have it set just right. I cook kind of low and slow. I'm still a 225 to 250 guy, but Logan cooks hot and fast. He's 350 to 400. So knowing how to control your fire and understanding what to add or not add, or setting everything to make it run that consistent temperature your whole time that you're cooking in your cooking process. Building that pit, it does help what to turn and what not turn, because where everything's at.
So that's what I was going to say. You building it makes like this is exactly how I know it's going to perform when I do it, because I made it to do that. Whereas if you take and push the easy button and have somebody build it for you, you're going to have to learn that thing over time, right? So it's an advantage to make your own, because you can almost out the gate start using it for what it's intended for, because the limitations based off building it, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You could say that one of the things you got to look at, the reason why I used to build our barbecue pits, and my uncle and even Logan, I'm going to say, but man, you can't afford a $30,000-$40,000 pit. So you got some scrap iron in the back, and you go get some junk tires or whatever you find, and you put a pit together. And that way you do know, hey, every piece that put on here, and you know what it does, all the science that goes to building the pits, and the drafting, and the, fuel and size of pit, and how everything works. Yeah, it all goes together, and that when you do that yourself. And that's one of the things. Try to teach people, hey, you build your own shit, you know how it works. You already got a leg up on that, fella over there with a fucking pellet cooker that he plugged into a wall. Pours the fucking pellets in there and says, hey, I'm going to set that bitch at 350. I'm cooking, motherfuckers. Like, no, that ain't the way we grew up, and just different.
Yeah. He's drinking beer. Oh, hold on, guys. My stuff's done. I got to go get it. You're like, wait.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
One thing also, like, Tom, is like not only everything that you said about knowing where every weld is, two things actually. One is you've turned me into a bit of a snob when it comes to hard work and spotting bad welds. Because I remember, I think pretty much you told me, oh, that weld's terrible. That weld's terrible. But I mean, the other thing is like, when things do go wrong, or when you think something's going wrong in the cook game, you can't over correct by, I think at one point we were trying to baffle to regulate temperature. You got to know you've got to know what's going on. And then that mindset to me is what I recognize is what I saw on the battlefield, because at all times you can't overreact. And that's another reason why I think veterans need to get involved. But just being able to go to you and you be able to tell me that, wax poetic about that, it soothes so many things for that military mind. Sorry, there's no question there. It was just a statement.
No, I wasn't saying that. I'm saying that's important. And I think you adapt and overcome and make all that shit work, and understanding your environment, no matter whether it's barbecue or, in the oil field or wherever you're at, understanding and being able to figure that shit out and overcome whatever issues you're having and make everything work and make it work out for the best is part of it in all aspects of it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I do want to get into with you a little bit into, well, first I'd like to know about over your competition cooking career. Is there 2 or 3 events that are most memorable to you, not included in any of the 2 or 3 you've most recently got into, because I want to talk about those as well. But before the most recent events that you attended, which were massive events, are there any out there that come to mind that you're like, this was the one we had to overcome the most and it turned out the best? This is the one that we thought was the worst, but it was the best. Like those stories of resiliency and not overreacting and doing all those things. Are there any that come to mind that you'd like to talk about?
Yeah, I mean, there's one that stands out above all of them. Dave Holloway was a big supporter of mine and friend of mine, and I love Dave. Like, man, we were good buds like Ty, when he was at the VFW, and he passed away. And when he passed away, I was on my way to a cook-off in, I don't know, somewhere up north, and at a VFW. And man, I really, when he passed away, I was coming home. I turned around and coming home and thought, I called a buddy of mine, and he said, man, we're all headed to Corsicana. Let's go cook this little cook-off in Corsicana. And shit, I kind of didn't want to go, and I did, and went up there and, had a decent cook and kicked everybody's ass and had a good time. And man, it's probably it's a small cook-off. I don't even know if they still do it, but it's I think it was a Battle of the Creeks or something in Corsicana or somewhere up there. And just one of those huge cook-offs that, man, it was little, 30-team cook-off, but I won that thing, and it was just meant a lot to me, and it did just a special cook-off. And man, just Dave when Dave passed away, that was a rough part of my life and time, and just meant a lot to be up there cooking, and especially to win that cook-off and come home with all the, I think I won like 6 buckles or some shit, but it was just pretty badass to be able to do that. And one of those things, we just went to a big cook-off, and kind of Dave always wanted to talk about going up there and winning that one, and got to do that with Ty and all that shit.
Well, that cook-off when and Dave Hollow, he was the man, by the way. I had the distinct honor and privilege to meet and talk to him a little bit. And he was amazing. Another guy that would do anything for you, and was just always driven by helping, right? And so that's the reason you went, right? Because you knew that if you didn't go, he'd have been like, "What in the F are you doing? Like, you got to go," right? Because that was him. He's like, "This it's just what we've got to go do." And so, I mean, there you go. He got to win it. Why? He was there with you, man. That's how it works. I'm sure he was there with you at this most recent one too, 100%.
Oh yeah, he was with us at the Jack Daniels for sure. There was a couple times where, we were just sitting around either pre or post Jack Daniels awards, and you just think about like all the hard work that went into it. I remember when I used to be the water guy for Dave's setup, little digital setup. I was the water guy, and then I graduated to tactical dishwasher for Tom Clarke's team. So.
Fuck yeah, best motherfucking tactical dishwasher in the world right there.
Right.
Hell yeah.
No doubt.
Don't tell Sarah he'll have to wash the dishes at home every day.
Man, I wash the dishes at my home like they're going out of style.
That's practice for the cook-off. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. So speaking of Jack Daniels, on our show a little while back, we got to really brag on you, man, because you were able to go to this cook-off. So I would like you to tell the story of how you were even able to get into that cook-off, because it is very hard to get into, from what I understand. Again, I'm not exactly an aficionado in barbecuing as I am in making t-shirts and hats, right? So walk us through this cook-off, you getting into it, and kind of walk us through how it happened and then what it was like when you realized, like, we're going to this thing.
Yeah, so I mean, the Jack Daniels car, probably one of the harder cook-offs, if not the hardest cook-off to get into, and I've been trying to get into that one, 10, 15 years now. It's not something that I haven't worked at, but it's one of those where you got to win 7 state championships. Probably don't quote me on this shit, but I'll probably get it all wrong. But you got to win 7 state championships to automatically qualify to get into the Jack. Or typically they draw 2 teams from Texas, and then I think 1 team or 2 teams. I think it's 1 team from every other state, and like 25 international teams. So it's a small cook-off, not very many. This year was 92 teams. I had 2 bungs for the draw. That means I won 2 state championships to be put in there, and I got my name drawn. And it was pretty I didn't believe it, so it was pretty amazing when it happened.
So for everybody that's listening that has no idea, so when you said you had 2 for the draw, that means because you won 2 state championships, you get your name in a drawing twice to be like a wild card drawing into that? Like if they draw your name, you get to go.
Yeah, basically, so they put, I think, 282 or some shit. I don't know. I don't remember the fucking number, but it's almost 300 state championships in the state of Texas, right? So my name was in that. I think they actually do it out of a Jack Daniels barrel, if I'm not mistaken. But they put all those 300 bungs or whatever it is in a bucket, and they pull 2 to 3 out, and you have to win a state championship to be in there to get pulled out. So my name got drawn out of that 300 or 282 or whatever it was number.
Yes. So how did you find out your name was drawn?
Oh shit! I was in the middle of Ledbetter, Texas, working, and my fucking phone blew up, and my texts are going off like crazy, and I thought something had caught on fire, or really fucking the end of the world came or something, and everybody's letting me know. And Michelle, she texted me congratulations. I was like, for what? I had no idea. So it's like, what happened? It's like, you made it to the Jack. Like, no way. I believe it when I see it on paper.
Yeah. How did all of you guys get together to all play this mean, horrible joke on me today? I got better shit to do, right? That's what you were probably like. You guys need to stop. Stop.
Well, I had 50 something texts and 30 something phone calls. So, something happened. I knew that, but I wasn't sure what it was. And, it's pretty damn badass. And I think one of the first people I called was Jennifer, and I called Ty and said, "Hey, we made it to the Jack, motherfucker. You're going."
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, I don't care what you're doing these days, but I don't have other plans.
Yeah. Well, so Dave always wanted to get there. Dave always talked about getting to the Jack, and that was one of the big deals Dave wanted to do. And man, we fucking finally made it after so many years of so many cook-offs, and it was pretty badass.
Nice. And so for me, again, barbecue rookie, I think we might be doing a cook-off this year. I don't know. We're going to need you there, Tom. We're going to need all the help we can get. It's going to be me and Al. And Ty knows what he's doing because the dishes will be clean. But as far as the cooking goes, we might be screwed on that one. But how did you guys do? How did you wind up doing over there? I mean, I don't understand how all the standings and all that goes, but you guys did pretty well.
We got our ass handed to us, but we had a lot of fun. I think we got 60th or some shit.
Out of 90? You weren't dead last, bro. You good?
No, I wasn't dead last. And man, I had some fun with the international teams, and probably stayed up way too late having a good time with the German teams and Brazilian teams, and having a great time over there. But it was fun, and it's one of those things where, man, that's a hard one to get to, and a lot of people tell you that's a hard cook-off to get into, and one of those, I'm not going to say once in a lifetime deals because we're going to go back, but it's one of those very rare scenarios. I've been trying 10, 15 years to get there. So
Yeah, but see, this was like your first Super Bowl, right? You did all the partying, you went all the VIP events, you did all that
Yeah.
crazy shit, right? Your first time there, and then when you go back, you're gonna be like, we're all business now, boys. We've already done all that messing around. We did all the crazy stuff we needed to do. It's time to go to work, right? Because I mean, when you go there, it could be a once in a lifetime, so you need to enjoy it, right? You absolutely need to. So I already know when you guys go back, you're gonna be like, hey, you guys got to be in bed by 9. We're not messing around. You know what I mean? It'll be a different atmosphere then.
That's the thing. Let me interject here real quick. That's the thing is like whether he's in a cookout in Louisiana, Texas, or his travels up through. I think he probably met some people at his RV site, but that's the thing. He talked about chilling with the Brazilians, hanging out with the Germans. He was the mayor of that whole campsite by the end of it, because I mean he's just that guy. He's going to walk up to somebody, and if they got a certain generator, he's going to know what that generator is. If they got a certain RV, he's going to want to know. He's going to know what that is. People want to come see his shit, and then once they hear, oh yeah, because I tell everybody, because when I'm there and people come by to talk about Tom, I say, he built that, didn't you? He does all this himself. I try to pump him up, but everybody comes and finds him because he goes and takes care of everybody. It was amazing. I know everybody wants everybody to sign the stuff, but it was crazy people that were coming up and asking him, what are you going to do here? Because here you go. Let's talk about this. Let me let you talk. Talk about in barbecue in general, how you have to change your flavor profile and what that does to cooks when you go to different places like KC or the Jack versus how we do it in Texas, or maybe how they do it in North Carolina.
Yeah, I mean, just different areas. You're going to cook, accordingly to what the local people that are judging eat. You go to a KCBS and you cook a KCBS, you got to carry 5 gallons of barbecue sauce. I mean, it doesn't really mean you're cooking the same way. You're taking a little bit of the pepper out, or you're adding 5 gallons of barbecue sauce, or you're cooking in South Texas and you put a little bit more, wood smoke flavor with a little bit more mesquite to it, with a little bit more, you know, spicy seasoning. Or you go to, Amarillo and you cook bland as shit because them motherfuckers don't know what food is. I mean, you go over to Georgia. I mean, in Georgia they fucking put vinegar in everything. It's like, what the fuck are you doing putting vinegar on barbecue? I don't get that, but man, they do, and you just be able to adapt. And it's like, I'm not gonna bullshit. I never thought I'd be putting fucking barbecue sauce on brisket, but man, if you want to win, you got to adapt. And I call it craft barbecue now. It's not old school barbecue. It's craft barbecue. But to be able to keep up with these kids and keep up with these people that got a fucking culinary degree in mathematical whatever, I don't fucking know, like sausage making or some shit. I don't know what the fuck you call it, but it's yeah. It's just it's one of those things where you got to be a rocket scientist now to adjust to it. And
Yeah.
they always get pissed off when we go up there and fucking old school motherfucker like me go up there and beat their ass.
Well, but here's the reason, right? I'm old school too when it comes to a lot of things. You can have as many PhDs and scientific degrees as you want in everything, and you can come up with the best of everything. But the one thing that always stands true is if you keep it simple and you just do it the right way, it's going to win. Like this thing that you're going to try that you think is amazing, like it might work one time, but can you do it consistently? And the only thing you can do consistently is work hard, do it right, and prepare the same way all the time, right? I mean, it's just the way it is. It's funny to hear you talk about all the other areas, though. How do you learn all that? I'm sure talking to people that are from there, but do you have to look it up? Like, how do you prepare to go to Kansas City or Georgia or wherever where you've got to do these things, right? Has there ever been a time you're like, oh shit, we got to change everything? That's not how they make it here. Is that how you learned it the first time, or how did it come about?
It's also like wax poetic a little bit, if you don't mind, with that answer about like the different sanctioning bodies that you cook in with different ones as well.
Yeah, I mean, these days you can go on the www and fucking YouTube that shit, and they show you everything to do, and it's pretty fucking easy, right? So you just go out there and you type in fucking what you want to see or who you're cooking or where, sanction a body, and man, it just, I don't know, pops up fucking Snapchat or whatever crap it is, and it pops it up and it says, "Hey, this is how you do it." Back in the day, I mean, we used to read the newspaper to find out where cook-offs are, and if I'm not mistaken, it was, I think, the Kansas City Barbecue Society. Everybody put their cook-off in there, and they had a a news that had that that said everything, and you went there, and so you try their food, or let's say you go to Luling, or you go to San Marcos, or you go to fucking Georgia or wherever, you try their food, and that's how you would adjust to it for what they have in it, and just and you try to basically copy what they're cooking in that area.
There you go. See, that's how he did it, Ty. That's how he did it. He was like, "Let me go make some friends and try the shit they're making the night before, and that's going to tell me how to make it tomorrow."
Yeah, I don't, and that's the part of it that I don't understand, because I've had Tom's brisket, and I wasn't really part of that conversation, but they were having conversations there. What are we gonna do here? Should we do this? I don't know. Maybe we should put this. What finishing? What temp? Blah blah blah. And then all the time, I'm thinking to myself, don't change anything, because your brisket would win anywhere as far as I'm concerned. But evidently that's not the case, especially when you get to some of these big ass events. Yeah. They want it the way they want it, I guess.
Yeah, and especially sanctioned body wise, you have IBCA, CBA, Outlaw, Lone Star, KCBS, CBA, BCA. So every sanctioning body understanding how they judge and understanding what the judges are doing and how they're eating the food and how they're, judging the food and what the criterias are, and, all the tenderness and taste and texture, that knowing all those, rules per se of how they're going to do it, it kind of changes. And you do have to adjust for it.
There you go. And so this year you also went to Kansas City, is that correct? Yeah.
I went to Kansas City, got my 5-year legend banner, and got all that done, and got some pretty big walks up there.
All right. So walk us through now. So again, this is a whole new arena for us, right? That we don't normally get into, but I will tell you what, as hearing Ty talk about it and seeing what you got into it, veterans should really look into being competition barbecue guys. If you want a mission and you want to be in charge of some shit again, go create your own barbecue team, because then everybody do it the way you want to do it, because that's what I said. Anyway, going to Kansas City, that one's called the American Royal, right?
Yeah, that's the American Royal up there in Kansas City.
So talk about that competition. What does that mean in the sport of barbecue competition cooking? Where is that on the pedestal? How hard is it to get in? You said you got a 5-year banner there. Walk us through what it takes to get up there.
Yeah, so the American Royal, anybody can cook. You got on Saturday is the Invitational, is what they call it. And you got to win one grand champion, I think, in the last 2 years to get into that cook-off. And Sunday's the Open. Sunday, anybody can cook the Open, and I think this year there was 409 teams there. So it's one of those things where anybody can come up there and cook. You don't have to be invited. You can just show up and pay the money, and they'll take it gladly. But the Invitational is normally at 100 to 150 teams, and it's one of those cook-offs where it's all master certified judges, and it's all judged by certified master KCBS judges that have been doing it. I don't know what their years are, but probably 5 to 10 years, and it's pretty that's a hard cook-off. But the Open, the Open is probably the hardest cook-off in the world, because it is 400 plus teams. I've been there when it's been 650 teams. It's been it's one of those deals where it is a lot of cooks there, and you got to be a good cook and be very lucky and land on a good table and not freeze your ass off.
There you go. So what is that experience like, being around that many cook teams and seeing all the people out there? Because one thing I noticed about Texas barbecue. I can't speak for Vinegar Georgia or no flavor Amarillo. You know what I mean? But for the Texas barbecue scene itself, what I've seen there is it's very, very camaraderie driven, right? Like you're all competing. However, it's okay to help each other. Is it like that everywhere you go in barbecue?
For the most part, I'd say, yeah. You can be, I can be in Georgia, and for the most part, yeah. There's,
So what's it like meeting all these teams when you go to like an American Royal and there's 400 teams and you're meeting people from all over the country? Do you guys you guys share about what it's like to cook where you're at? Like, what is the, what's the scuttlebutt like there? I guess you would say. What kind of shit y'all talking the night before?
Mostly drinking beer and just hanging out. I mean, I met a team from New Zealand this year. That was pretty fucking cool, But everybody kind of just hangs out and getting ready for the day. We normally, on Friday, we're getting ready to cook. So don't do a whole lot of partying Friday, most of the teams. But for the most part, we just hang out and chill. But yeah,
I love it.
I think there was that spot I've been in. I think I've been in for 4 or 5 years. So.
Oh, so you have your own parking spot now. See, that's what the Don gets. He has his own parking spot.
Oh, you don't get that. You pay for that shit.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So when you said that you got a 5-year banner, what does that mean? And in terms of going to that, does that mean that you've been in the Saturday 5 years in a row?
Yeah, you've been there 5 years in a row. Yeah, I've cooked both days 5 years in a row.
Nice. Congratulations, sir. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
I love it, man. I will tell you what, I'm only going because I'm on this podcast and the other two guys really want to do it, but we're going to cook in a barbecue cook-off. I'm just going to need you to kind of like educate me on how not to totally fuck it up. You know what I mean? I can make some gumbo. I can make some red beans and rice. I can do all that stuff. My biggest problem in like maybe like doing a barbecue competition, it's the patience, man. Like I want to open the grill, I want to look at it, because when you're making a lot of that other food, you got to stir it, you got to taste it. This is something that, like, from what I've seen, you know what your seasoning is, you know what it's going to taste like, you've done this before, so you've practiced. You just got to let it go, right? Like it's out of your hands once it goes in almost. So I'm gonna need a lot of like training, because I might be washing dishes with Ty, and then Al's just going to have to figure it out. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, that's a big part of it, bringing everybody out and cooking. And I told Ty and Al, whenever y'all are ready, we'll sign up and we'll get a cook off together and fucking all go cook. And I'm all about it. And to me, that's what it's about. And Al coming over and cooking Danny Dietz, and Ty helping out. I mean, Ty's cooked before, and Ty's cooked with me before, and that's what it's about. And so I'm excited when y'all are ready to do it.
Hell yeah, dude, I'm ready. I've told Al to make sure that April knows, Becky knows, Sarah. If we go do a cook-off, and dude, I don't know if we can do much more together. Like we do a podcast every week, but if like this, I'm just telling you, if we are told to walk up to a stage at a barbecue cook-off, it might be bad. We might be going to everything after that. Because when you walk up and you win something based off all that work and everything that you put into it, it's like, holy shit, we did pretty good. I bet we could do better. And then you're like, we got to go to the next one, right? It's like that. It's a huge endorphin feel of like, man, we can do this shit. So I'm like, I'm excited but nervous because I might get into another hobby that I just don't have time for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's what you're worried about is getting yeah. But I'll tell you, like I've been hanging out with Tom in this cook-off game for a while, and I think he won something. I don't know if it was some rodeo up north of here, northwest of Houston a little bit. It wasn't there very far, but I remember he won. He got a first place pork or something. And he like went to grab my hand, and all the frustration. I think that's when Bill Purvis's air conditioner or something caught on fire. So that time frame, going through stuff, and then to get that win, and he slapped my hand. Man, you definitely feel it when the crowd goes wild, and you have to dap up about 45 people before you get to it. Everybody's congratulating.
Oh, dude,
it's fun as fuck. And then CBA, they play your music.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's cool.
We got to think of a good walk-up song.
I've already got the walk-up song picked up. It's just got to be voted on by you guys. But yeah,
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, what if
I got it?
It's probably going to be fucking awesome.
It's nice. It has
so even if we lose, can we just do the walk-up to pack it out? You know what I mean? I just want to hear it one time. Clap for me when I'm packing the van. You know, that'd be great.
So we getting into the hot seat now?
I mean, there's fire on the screen. There's flames around the corners. Tom, you know what the hot seat is?
What?
The hot seat.
Oh, shit. No, what's that?
Oh, it's going to be great. Ty's going to ask you a whole bunch of questions about yourself. You get to brag on yourself. It's going to be awesome. I'm just kidding. But he's going to ask you some questions that make you think. So I'm going to leave, and, you know, you're all Ties for a little bit.
All right, brother.
All right. So what we normally do is, I normally ask 10 questions. Just tell me the first thing that comes to your brain, and, just wax poetic about it. All right. So I know that you got a lot of window time. You're driving a lot. What's the song that you listen to the most when you're driving down the road?
Michael Berry.
Michael Berry Talk Radio every day.
Every day.
There you go. Love it. All right, next question. What's the most unique place on earth you've ever been to?
Oh, shit. I don't know. I'd probably say Yumachi Desert.
What is that? What is the Yumachi Desert?
It's a desert out in the middle of fucking China.
Okay. Probably shouldn't ask any more questions of the Don about that, but how did you find yourself in China?
Fucking flew me on an airplane.
Gotcha. I hear you. All right. Next one. Tell me about what it does for your spirit to work with veterans, especially the Tomball VFW veterans.
Man, just I don't know. It just really helps out. Really, I don't know. It makes. I don't know what the right word for that is. It's like makes me feel better that I'm helping veterans. And man, it's hard enough coming back to civilian life to get through the day, and if I can do anything to help that out, man, it's my, kind of what I feel like should be done.
Yeah, even my son, my children know you. My youngest son knows you probably the best, but he's always told me that whenever you talk to Tom, you always feel like you're the center of the universe. I mean, whether you're just doing something mundane with me, if we're changing a tire, you're pulling me out with a tractor. But with my son, like you really try to tell him how to drive or show him how to drive, and you're always making everything better, brother. I appreciate that about you. So you do a lot of good stuff for veterans, I know, but I didn't think I was going to get a big response. I figured I'd get something. Oh, I don't know. That's just what you do, but that's because you're a Texas gentleman. But I love you. All right, what is your first concert, and what's your favorite concert?
Shit, first concert, probably Alabama in the Astrodome in the 80s. Favorite concert?
Alabama and the Astrodome?
I'm going to say Selena and the Astrodome in the 80s. I don't know. I don't go out very much.
Oh, Selena. Yeah, you got to see Selena in the Astrodome. That's right.
Yeah, I did.
Hey, man, that's freaking awesome. All right. What drives you in life these days?
Grandkids.
Exactly. Legacy. Yeah. What keeps you up at night?
These days, nothing. Shit, I sleep like a motherfucker.
All right, we've kind of already talked about this, and I love that about you. You are a Zen master, brother. What is your best barbecue memory / accomplishment?
Well, I mean that second place pork this year at the American Royal was was probably up there with the number one. But cooking with Dave and cooking with veterans, and always seeing the veterans walk when we used to cook. And I remember Dave got his first place chicken, and we had been working together on that chicken, and he got his first place, and it was pretty that's pretty badass, man. Just to be there and to have that, for Dave, that's pretty cool. And I know Matt's done some, and just when you're cooking with that veteran and they place is just badass.
Yeah, I know the way you made the Hero family, so Al Hero from our show, and then his father, the way you made them feel like VIPs when they were cooking at the Danny Dietz Memorial Classic. I mean, what you do for veterans is exactly what we need, because we need to get back out there and start doing some shit. You need somebody to hear you, but you also need the tough love that's always going to be moving forward, and that's what you've always done in my life. Whether I want to complain about something, you're always like, all right, let's move forward while we're complaining.
Yep.
That's how you approach problems. Let's move forward while we're complaining.
Yeah, all right. You got to.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, this is a big one here for the show. There's a lot of contention on this one, but I just got to get your take. Who's the greatest of all time, Prince or Michael Jackson?
I guess Michael Jackson? Yeah, I mean, Michael Jackson, sure. Is he a football player?
Yeah, I thought this. I actually thought you were going to be the first person on the show that'd been like, no, it's George Strait or something else. Because I appreciate your answer.
I didn't want to deviate from the question, sir.
Appreciate it. All right, hey, what can we do to make the show better?
Make the show better?
Yeah.
Man, I think you're number one in all the ratings. So, man, all we got to do is get that trailer put together and start running the roads, and go to Florida with Al, and go to Georgia with Jason Bobo, or Tennessee, and start doing a tour. And man, I think it'll be still number one. So we're good.
I guess if we're number one in the ratings, then it shouldn't matter. All right. Well, sir, you've officially graduated from the Triple Threat Vet hot seat. Let's bring Matt back in real quick.
My man. I love Tom Clarke. You're the man, dude. Tom Clarke was like Michael Jackson. Wait. Fuck it. Yeah, that guy. Whatever. Who is that again? I love you're like, did he play football? That was awesome. He did play a halftime show for football. But,
he is the person that changed the halftime forever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, let me look at my notes and see if I missed anything that I wanted to talk to you about. I can't thank you enough for coming on the show.
Yeah, man.
Growing up, siblings, military interests, whole industry. I've got Tom Ball VFW, Dave Holloway. I knew we were going to talk about him.
Yeah.
Highlights, Danny D. Friends for Wishes. Talk about Friends for Wishes, if you don't mind. I know that's an organization that you.
Yeah, Friends for Wishes. I've been doing that cook-off shit, I don't know, 10 years. Somewhere in there. Been doing that cook-off a long time, and Brandon, talked to him quite a bit, and man, wanted to haven't done that one in a couple of years, and wanted to get back over there and cook that, and man, I ended up somehow buying like $750 worth of shit, but it was pretty cool to donate back, and I love that Friends for Wishes group, and they do a great job, and man, it was just awesome to be back over there, and everything they do, and everything they help support with the wish giving and all that stuff with the kids is just kind of badass. They just do such a great job.
Absolutely. Appreciate you. Yeah. So, hey, is there anything else you want to talk about? Any shout outs you want to give to maybe Jen Lee?
Oh yeah. I better say hi to her. She's my, she's been cooking with me the last 2 years, and man, she's awesome, and shit. She's still working on that chicken, and she's moved on to ribs, and she's about to start doing brisket. And up there at Butters in 2 or 3 weeks, and it's going to be exciting.
So you're going to be at the Butters Winter Battle?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. I may.
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
Wash some dishes there.
Hell yeah. Come on.
That is how we want to end up doing. We want to follow around, all the different cook-offs, and then there's a veteran to be interviewed there every time. So that would be good. And that's the outlet and the therapy and the network and the, like Project Zero says, just fucking get out there and talk to people. That's 90% solution right there for most veteran problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what we've been trying to do is get out more out of the state, and cook in Georgia, cook in Louisiana, cook in
Well, we Kansas. Can't call it Louisiana. I mean, my wife is from there, so
Oh, did he call it Louisiana? You don't.
Louisiana. Go Joe. Go Coach O. Louisiana. Go Joe.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
That's the only thing he can say that you fucking understand. Go Tigers. That's it. Everything else, it's the water boy dude. Yeah, whole time.
So my y'all know my stepmom and all them are from Metairie, so being from Pearl River, Slidell, shit, I understand most of what he says, so it's pretty low, Coach O.
That's right, man. Hey, so Tom, question for you. It slipped me, Metairie. So do you know about Crazy Johnny's? You ever heard of that? The steakhouse in Metairie, Crazy Johnny's?
No, we always ate at the St. Louis Batiste Hotel.
Gotcha. I'll send you some info on them dudes, man. They're on a comeback. They're pretty legit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we had them on the show a while ago, and they've got some really cool art. I mean, they got great food. Don't get me wrong. Look at the website. That's obvious.
Yeah.
They do have some art on the walls by certain Becky Joe Art, who kind of knows our host.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Her art's on the wall in the steakhouse, man.
Yeah, I heard her. She getting popular selling them picture frame things.
Go to Becky Joe Art, man. It's fucking fun.
Gotta go check that out too, man. She's got more stuff coming, so just be on the lookout, dude. Absolutely. Well, Tom, I will tell you this. I know for who you are, it is hard for you to come on and talk about yourself, because the one thing that you never want to do is brag that you do anything or everything or whatever. You are a very selfless person. Anytime that I've ever been around and I needed help, there was no question, got help. Even when I've come to visit you when you've been working at different events, whether it's the World Championship barbecue at the rodeo, a cook-off at the VFW, the Danny D, it just doesn't matter. Like, you are always there to help everybody, and you somehow find a way to do the shit you got to do. So that right there takes talent. If you could put all that into a bottle, you'd be a billionaire. But I appreciate you coming on and talking a little bit about your history and things that you've done and what different things mean to you, because I feel it's important that guys like you that give so much back to people without any expectation of getting anything back. Let's just start there. You just do it because that's who you are. I know that it's a lot of people say that nowadays, and it's the easy thing to say, but anybody that knows you knows that you are the definition of that. I just want to tell you, thank you for everything you do for veterans. Thank you for everything you do for everybody. I mean, I wish more people could do more things for you, but it's hard to do things for someone who really does have everything that they want. I really feel like you feel that way because you're doing exactly what you want to do for your life. And, I'm just proud to know you. I'm extremely humbled to know you. And I just want to thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Oh, my bad.
You what?
I had you muted. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I just thank you. I can't. Man, I don't even know how to answer shit like that.
That's the exact thing that I'm saying, right?
I mean, how the fuck do you even answer something like that when somebody says that, man? I mean, I just do what I do, and I'm who I am, and man, that's how I do every day. And tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and be better than today, and that's just how I try to do shit.
Yes, sir. Well, that's my point to what I just said for you, because I know that you're not gonna ever say anything like that. And if people say it to you, it's just the same. It's, well, yeah, thanks. A lot of people would take that as bad too, by the way, is like, thanks. Like, I just gave you this big compliment. What people don't realize is you're just like, I just don't know any other way to do it. This is who I am. And that, I just want to give you the respect and the recognition for everything that you do. And I know that a lot of people give that to you as well in all of the arenas that you're in, but especially in the veteran arena. I just want to thank you because you've helped a lot of people. So,
well, thank you. And I appreciate it. Now let's go fucking cook.
Hell yeah. Get ready, dude. You're going to pull your hair out that day. I swear to God.
Man.
You're a patient ass dude, but when you get me, Al, and Ty in the same place to go cook, you're going to be like, what the fuck just happened? It's like we have the worst daycare on the planet. We're the monkeys in what was that movie where the monkeys were throwing shit at everybody? Just throw some poo at them. That's what we do. That is what we do.
The monkeys from Jumanji?
No, the cartoon one.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Whatever that was. Madagascar. Just throw some poo at them. That's what we do. It's the easiest thing to do.
But you heard the story. I don't know if you heard this story, Tom, but when Al Hero was cooking with Carlos Calzada at the Danny Dietz this year, the whole crew with Marcus Luttrell came by their trailer, and Al Hero's dad didn't know who it was or wasn't paying attention to who it was. It was like, no, y'all go away. They're cooking.
He's like, hey, I'm Marcus. He's like, well, we're fucking busy.
Yeah, I'm fucking cooking over here. We got some shit going on.
Marcus was like, all right, I'll get the fuck out the way.
No, that's he came back though. I mean, he got to meet him, but that's how
he came back because Al Hero was like, you just fucking told who to leave? Right. Al's running down the fucking road. Yeah. And his dad was like, what? Like, you guys said you were busy. You know what I mean? It's like, we got shit to do. That was hilarious. It was funny, man.
Well, I really want to thank Bob Mayer, CIA Bob, Jason Bobo, Jen Lee in the comments for, kind of coming on and helping us wax poetic with Tom Clarke. But Tom, I'm going to glaze you up real quick too. I know that you're always somebody I can call, and I want your grandchildren to know the type of man you are, because your whole family's so humble. You're never going to know anything about you or Logan and how amazing you guys are. So it takes guys like me and Matt now to bring that out, because all you got to do is basically push Tom Clarke towards good shit to do, and he's going to just do it. So I'm glad to have you in my life. My kids love you. Tatum loves you. My wife loves you. And you're one of them few people on earth that I trust implicitly. So thanks for coming on the show and sharing this with me.
Absolutely, brother. I did it for you, and glad to be on here. And man, hopefully I didn't butcher the motherfucker too damn bad. And
no.
Probably lost 10,000 viewers because of me, but that's all right.
We probably gained 10,000 viewers. And honestly, you should do this more often, man. You should start your own. This is how to get shit done with the Don. Like, we got you, bro. We can help you.
The way we really should record, Tom, is the way you and I just the way we interviewed essentially Al Hero's dad into telling all those stories about him. Like, I think that was fun for him, and you were a part of that. Like, we were like pulling it out of him, man. You're a good interviewer.
Yeah.
Those Logan's always told me I ought to do the YouTube bullshit or whatever, the tweets or Snapchat, and how to fix oil field equipment, because they don't have anything for anybody to do. So I've always been told that, but I don't really have the bullshit, probably not the face or the voice or the words for TV or a podcast. So we'll just leave that to the professionals like y'all, and y'all are doing a badass job, and you're still number one.
Still number one. I know we had Howard Stern's looking for you. The NBC News at 6 is looking for you, but you decided, with all them people that were looking to get you to come on, you came on to our podcast, and we appreciate that very much.
Absolutely,
yeah. I'm gonna get with Coach O later. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna get everything down and figure it out.
We're gonna go down the bayou. And we're gonna play the game.
Go down the bayou, pick up an alligator.
Go Tigers!
Hey, there's a funny story. We did a cook-off in the Atchafalaya. Yeah, we was out there at 2 or 3 in the morning catching fucking alligators, bro.
There you go, dude. Did you guys go frogging too?
Yeah, we did caught like 3 frogs and 2 alligators.
That, dude. I remember when I was a recruiter in Louisiana, and I was recruiting in Houma, Louisiana, down in the bayou, and you would ask all these kids, they do their meetings before they would go to boot camp, and you're like, what do you guys do on the weekends? And these kids would be like, we go frogging. And I was like, what the fuck is frogging, dude? And then I figured out frogging is going into the swamp and on the bayou, being on a canoe, sticking your arm in the water or jump in order to catch a frog. And I told these kids, y'all can't fucking do that shit no more. They're like, why? I'm like, the moment you get bit, because I'm selfish as a recruiter, but you get bit by alligator, you can't go to boot camp. Then I got to replace you. No more frogging till you come back from boot camp. I don't care if you lose an arm after you're in the Navy, but you got to get there first. These dudes is like, nah, we good. They're not going to get us. I'm like, what?
They ain't going to get us. There's all kinds of ways. Yeah.
Like, we've been doing that our whole life. I'm like, well, not anymore. What in the hell are we doing?
One of the funnest.
Catfishing is the other one, right? We shove your arm into a cat.
Oh, yeah. Noodling.
No.
Noodling. They did that too where I'm from. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, one of the funnest times in my life was, or funnest assignments in my life was Fort Polk, because just getting to know that culture down there, that was amazing to me. Like, because I'm from a small town, so I fit right into DeRidder and whatever the fuck the other place.
Leesville.
Yeah.
I get it. That's all makes sense. But at the end of the day, because I grew up like all over, I just was like, these dudes go into the swamp to catch frogs, and they could get eaten by an alligator and bit by a snake, and they're like, yeah, they don't matter. But that's me, like, I'm taught to be afraid of everything, and that's where you kind of go like, man, these bitches got no fear, dude. They don't even care. Like, we're gonna go get it all. We don't even care. So all the fly, let's go catch an alligator. That's like saying, let's go catch some rabbits. You know what I mean? You're like, what?
You have a face for radio. But I tell you,
what was worse is when we were in Atchafalaya, they put me on we had 2 boats, right? They put me on the other fucking boat because it kept breaking down, and they were like, man, I know you can fix it. You won't get stuck out here. I was like, fucking really? So I had a, alligator in one hand and turning wrenches with the other, trying to get the boat working.
Hey, so you was in the show Swamp People then, huh?
No.
He was riding them boats and spotlighting them. We about to get them gators. Were you hooking them and letting them run on you and pull them in, or did you have the shotgun?
Catch them by hand.
Fuck that, dude. See,
catch the frogs by hand, catch the alligators by hand, catch everything by hand. Then you're in a boat and you're going down the river and you catch them.
No, thank you.
So I can see it now. Like when we do the first cook-off, the segment we're going to have is After Hours with the Triple Threat Vet podcast and Tom Clarke. And we're going to tell some war stories, have all of us there, sip some bourbon. Hold on. And then we're going to catch an alligator live.
Yeah, that's what I was going to tell you. The After Hours is just, we're going to have an intro promo to that's just going to be standard. It's going to be the same for every fucking cook-off. And then all of a sudden it's going to frame to like Blair Witch Project and be like, we're in the basins of the Atchafalaya. And then you're going to see Tom Clarke going, stop being a bitch and get in there and get him. Dude, it's not going to be good.
That's how
I got a whole introduction for everything and everything ready to go. We're ready to set this up.
I'm in.
All right. Well, until we do that, I appreciate you very much being on the show, Tom.
Oh yeah.
Love you, brother.
Absolutely, brother.
I'll catch up with you soon.
I love you guys. Appreciate y'all.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Tom Clarke, the Don of Tomball, and JC's Good Old Boys Competition Barbecue Team. Love you, brother. There we go.
Hell yeah. You know what I noticed? Look, everybody that's out there listening right now, we love all y'all. And I know you guys like Al's rants, but we might need to bring him on here to rant and then just rant. He misses all the good ones, dude.
Yeah.
Like he could have like it would have been cool to have Al come on and talk about the Danny Deets and all that stuff, but Al, I hope your ice cream was worth it tonight, buddy.
Yeah, I hope that ice cream tastes good. I hope you freeze.
I hope you was licking the shit out of them ice cream cones.
Hope you get brain freeze, Al. You little munchkin.
There you go. All right, so
shots fired.
Listen, I've heard what's been said about the 3 or 4 occasions that I haven't made a podcast. I got legit reasons, dude.
Well, he said he made. I mean, like all seriousness, he's out with his kids, and I think they're doing.
Oh yeah, no
family there, but he really is out doing a family outing with his kids and everything.
100%.
He may jump in late, So if he does jump in
Yeah.
late, go ahead, Al, jump in late.
Yeah, 100%. I've done that too, but I've heard the commentary about why I wasn't on. That's all I'm saying. I got to, dish it out, take it. Sport.
I just like making fun of Al every now and then.
All right, so let's jump into this sports right here.
Yeah, I feel like we need to explain a few things because it's been some weeks since we've all been in together. A big shout out to Jason Bobo for being in the comments and commenting. He was a lot of fun to interview last week.
By the way, Jason, I saw you asked if Ty shared a bottle. I think we're gonna do that next week.
Oh yeah, I wrote that down when you said that. So yeah, essentially, I know that the bung that I have that I actually got from the warehouse, I think it's in the RV because we want to go back and get another one. So I know that the bung, but I know that they're going to give that strong ass stuff that I got warned about not to drink. That's going to be the one they're giving to you, Matt, because like I got all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of Jack Daniels given to you, as you're doing this stuff. So
yeah.
I wanted to we left it all together, but some of the stuff they're giving you, they said you got to be careful. I don't know if it's a single pair.
Yeah, dude, I'm in, dude. Let's go.
Yeah,
you know what? I think that people that I'm related to, I'm not going to say this loud because I'm in my house and everybody can hear, but I think they think I like to drink a lot, dude. You know what I mean? I got like some pretty good bottles of whiskey for Christmas. And scotch, by the way. I haven't really had scotch before, but I got some of that. So I can't wait to get this Jack Daniels. Let's go.
Man, I started watching. But anyway, shout out to Matt Johnson for being the 2025 regular season champ. I was going to say I started drinking Modelo when I was out in Modelo.
Modelo is the shit.
Negro when I was out in New Mexico. And I got a 6-pack for New Year's. I ended up drinking 4 of them. That's the most beer I've drank in a long time.
In my fridge right now, I've got the Modelo Christmas one. I didn't open any of them yet. It's the red labeled, but that Modelo Negro is the bomb, dude. I love Modelo at all, period. And shout out to the Modelo recruiter. If you want to come on the podcast, we'd love to recruit more Modelo fans and just talk to you about how we can get some free Modelo. So you're always
and here, let me tell you how we can get some free Modelo. So there's a new movie with Leonardo DiCaprio and Benicio del Toro, and these are two of my favorite actors. So they're actually drinking Modelo, and that is the reason. And I've watched this movie very recently. One battle.
What's the worst that could happen?
One battle after another.
Oh, one battle after another. Yeah.
Yeah, and so great movie, and they were drinking Modelo Especial in there. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get me a 6-pack of Modelo, and I sure did. So
it's
Modelo,
good, bro.
Look out for us.
Okay.
Their commercials are about recruiting right now. So hey, recruit us.
Yeah. I'm better than the guy that puts it between the uprights. I'm better than the person that thinks their team is gonna win, and I'm the ultimate married into the family transplant. So you should really have me on the commercial.
Man, you know their product and their marketing campaign.
Hell yeah.
I think that just means we're middle-aged men with ADHD.
That or we're fucking losers and we never leave our house.
We're definitely consumers. All right, here's what went on the last couple of weeks. Memphis lost, James Madison lost. These were the picks for the first week of the college football playoff in the Gasparilla Bowl. Al Hero went 5-0.
God, what a dick.
Yeah, you and I went 3-2, but then we get to the next week. Here's who we picked. We got some games going on right now, and as of right now, Georgia's up on Ole Miss.
Whoa. Hold on, though.
Oh, what?
Hold on.
Yeah.
You guys picked Texas Tech, bro?
Yes, we did.
Really?
Yeah. We did.
Now I feel real good about that one.
Well, I mean, Texas Tech is that was a good pick. I did not think that was going to happen because Texas Tech's got a well-bought team this year. And I kind of see that when they play against other teams, it's kind of like what Miami did to Ohio State. Makes them look like a lower level team.
I get that, bro, but they're Big 12, bro. Listen, hey, you remember how the last couple weeks you've been telling me that Oregon's on hiatus in the Pac-12?
No, they're in the Big 10. The Big 12's on hiatus. They were in the Pac-12.
No, they were. I was like, because I thought you were saying they're in there. I was like, Oregon's in the Big 10. Anyway.
I may have said it, but I was wrong.
Yeah. But Texas Tech is in the Big 12. The Big 12 might as well be called the JV of Division I.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. All the good Pac-12 teams went to the Big 10.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so, they're on hiatus.
Oh, and Cody Gill, I 100% agree with you, bro. Modelo should totally be a sponsor of this podcast.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I mean, the fact that they're not already is just.
All right, love you, CIA Bob.
Oh.
Hey, you never know, man. The way marketing works these days. So here we are. LSU lost. USC lost. Oregon won. Alabama lost. Ole Miss.
You picked the TCU. Oh, that's right. You went with your homie. I got it.
Yeah, because I didn't think they were going to win, but I picked them. All right, so this is what we look like right now. We still got the one game going on. So right now, Al's 1-4. I'm 2-3. You're 3-2.
Mm-hmm.
So
why is White Mike in the caption?
Well, because he came on and just kicked our ass. I think he went 7-0 or something that day. So I just left him down there because at some point I wanted to remind me we got to bring him back for that little segment we're going to have.
He is a professional gambler, so
yeah, he's Maybe we bring him back to set some picks better.
Go back though. Al is 1-4 in what game? Like where are we at though? What games is he 1-4? Oh, this includes the first round, right?
No, that's this week. There's been 5 games.
Okay, hold on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is what it'll be based on. But there's 5 games that have finished. Ole Miss and Georgia going on right now. Gotcha. So as of right now, he's 1-4.
Yeah, so that means I'm gonna win again.
Well, maybe we'll see.
Oh shit, you and I are. Nah, dude, he's 1-4. So now he's like 6-4.
I hope so, but like I lost in fantasy. I finished dead last in fantasy.
I finished in 4th, dude. I lost to my wife in the 3rd place game.
Man. And then, I lose in this, and then I was just thinking I'm probably going to lose picking all these games too. I'm not good at picking.
Listen, it was just an off year. It's okay for you to do that. Next year's a rebuilding year. It's going to be all good. By the way, though, let's just do this right now.
Okay.
Next year, for top fans of the Triple Threat Bet podcast, people that we select, and we'll do a draft on it if you want to, we're going to do a fantasy football league for the Triple Threat Bet podcast next year. We'll make it a whole segment throughout the NFL season. And what we're going to do is as I'm letting everybody know right now, we're going to offer a buy-in to be into the fantasy football league. I know I've not talked to any guys about this, but we're fucking doing it. We're going to do a buy-in. So you'll buy in to be in the league. 50% of what that league collects is going to go to a charity that we choose to go to. And then 50% will go to the winner, unless it's one of the 3 hosts, and then 100% goes to the charity.
Yeah, that sounds perfect. I'm in.
Word.
We'll write up the bylaws, put a flyer out, and then we'll make that shit happen. That sounds awesome.
Hell yeah.
All right, so next week we have a Army veteran, Army officer, Jacqueline Morton. I actually deployed with her in 2010, 2011. She's got a great story. She went to VMI, so that, the
Virginia Military Institute.
So just the heraldry and the pageantry and all the protocols you have to do just for checking into the school are a story in and to themselves. So I look forward to hearing her experience there and to go through her career. And then what she's doing now is she's a lawyer. So she does family law. So
we got 2 attorneys on retainer now. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. And shout out to let me put me on here. Shout out to Jason Wolf. Love your social media still. We comment, we watch, we care about what's going on in Bexar County, and I hope everything goes well. Remember, wait for the wolf.
Listen, dude, you guys have seen the movie already. What did he say? I'm sending in the wolf. That's all you got to do. When you send in the wolf, shit gets taken care of.
That's all you had to say.
Yeah, shit. That's all you had to say.
Yeah, so hey, Merry Christmas to Al Hero. I know we fucked with him, but we love you, brother. You're part of what's makes this show great. Great things coming up in 2026, but you ready to take us out of here, Matt? Or
yeah, I mean, Cody Gill, hit us up. If you're ready to talk to your people about making a Modelo sponsorship happen, I'm in, dude. Let's go. Thank you all for coming in. Happy New Year. It's 2026. We're excited for a bigger 26 than we had in 25. More stories, more veterans, more supporters, more people just giving you a little bit about who they are and what they've been through and how you can overcome whatever it is that you need to do. Remember, you're not alone out there. If you need some help or you need to talk to somebody, it doesn't hurt to reach out, and it doesn't say anything against you about reaching out to someone for some help. But check on a friend, check on a battle buddy, call them, make sure they're okay. Sometimes the call that you make could be the call that is the ultimate difference. So we didn't talk about it today. So I'm going to tell you guys right now, because I'm really embarrassed about this. How do I own the t-shirt company and lose? But anyway, we finished the contest for Ty. If you want to come up on the screen too, we finished the contest for the charity drive for our t-shirt designs for 2025, and the Wick Check Al Hero won. So the Mr. Phenomenal shirt was the highest seller out of all of the three, and that means that 10% of our total sales from that shirt will go to the PTSD Foundation of America. So here in the month of January, we're going to make a donation to them on behalf of the podcast. So thank you to everybody out there that supported us. For all of you that didn't support us, you'll have a chance this year too. You should feel bad that you didn't spend any money on t-shirts. And so we'll remind you throughout the year. We'll come up with another contest and another way to give back. But thank you everybody that supported us. We're extremely happy to be able to support them and the mission that they have to help combat veterans get reintegrated back into life. And that's it. So thank you everybody. We love you. We'll see you again next week. And with that, I'm out.
On average, we lose 22 veterans to suicide every single day. These heroes who once fought for our freedom now battle invisible wounds. Mission 22 is dedicated to healing our veterans and providing them the support they need. As a leader in our community, we stand with Mission 22 as we believe in giving back to those who have given up so much for us. It's our way of saying thank you for your service. For more information, visit mission22.com.